Hello, I'm Terry Reiber. I'm the president of the DBA. Welcome to our September meeting. And first of all, we'll have some business to do before our main speaker is introduced. First of all, I'd like to thank the village of Duxbury for putting on this wonderful, wonderful meal and food. And bar. We have Colleen Ferguson, Executive Director of the Village of Duxbury, to say a word or two.
Good evening and thank you for coming. It's our pleasure to host this organization. The Village of Duxbury, if this is new to anybody here, we're mostly independent. We have 174 units of independent living and 34 assisted living. We do have a few units open, so if there's anybody that's interested or want to refer somebody, then we would certainly be happy to speak with you. We have just about completed our renovations. We've had renovations going on for the past several months, so I apologize if you had to come in a side entrance, but on Friday morning we opened our main entrance and our conservatory. So we demolished the front door and built a conservatory that's surrounded by 3 walls of windows and 2 foot by 2 foot marble tiles. It'll be a lovely entrance as you come in. So the next time you come, we look forward to having you back. The next time you come, it will be a fabulous entryway in our conservatory. And we've replaced the carpeting, the furniture, the wallpaper throughout the building for a more contemporary look. We had when you first drove in the drive, you saw a small house on your left-hand side. That house will become a medical office building, so we're negotiating now with Jordan Hospital. So we will have a geriatric care practice there and some specialists that will be working out of there. So it'll be much easier for our residents and the residents of Bay Path as well, they're part of our campus, to be able to access medical care. We have, so everybody here knows, we have a Taste of Duxbury that we are hosting here at the community on October 20th. It should be a lot of fun. It will be from 11 to 2. We do have a flyer in the back, and Luke and Lori would be happy. Lori's waving flyers. We'll be featuring a lot of different Duxbury businesses, so it won't just be restaurants that provide the food, but it would also be, it could be a local jewelry maker. It could be a lot of different services. So if you're interested, then speak with Luke or Lori at the end of the evening, and they would be more than happy to speak with you about it. We'd love to have you. We also have anybody who's interested in a tour. We can take you on a tour of any of our apartments or garden homes this evening. We have a few open, as I said. So if you're interested in seeing kind of behind the scenes in apartments, they would be more than happy to take you. So, bon appetit, enjoy your meal, and thank you for coming.
Thanks, Colleen. We're going to have Ann step up, previous president of the DBA, and she's going to be talking about holidays.
Hello, everybody. It's that time of year again, holidays. It's our 8th annual event. We've started planning this week. We already have a whole bunch of things in the works. We're looking for sponsorship. If anybody wants to sponsor a trolley, I actually already have 4 sponsorships already, and we need some more. And there's other sponsorships coming also. If anybody has any wonderful idea of singers or musical groups, anything that they think would add to this year, a lot of the volunteers that have been on the committee for years, we all are the same. And what happens, we have 2 new people this year too, which is great. But what happens, we think the same way. So we need some new information to help us think out of the box a little bit. But it is Sunday, November 25th, which is always the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And our next meeting is on the 24th for the committee meeting at Foodie. So stay tuned. You'll be asked for help for opportunities, for volunteers, ELF volunteers, and everything else. So it's shaping together very well. It's really a fine-tuned machine that we just have to wind up a little bit. So we're in the winding stage. So please, if you have any questions, you can give me a call directly at Duxbury Mortgage, or call me or email me at ian@duxburymortgages.com. Thank you.
think she does a wonderful job with holidays. It's become just part of the social fabric of the holiday season. Our next meeting is going to be Thursday, October 11th at the Sisters of St. Margaret. They've just built a new building, and Sister Grace is going to come up and also talk about an open house where you'll be able to go in and have a nice tour of their beautiful location. Sister Grace? I think Sister Grace has some postcards to send around.
I didn't bring enough, I think, but I hate microphones. Hello, everybody. I'm Sister Grace. I'm a Sister of St. Margaret. We're down on Hardin Hill Road. We are going to not only host the next meeting of the Business Association on October 11th, but we are also having an open house for the members of the Duxbury Business Association on Tuesday, October 2nd from 5 to 7 p.m. You should be getting one of these in the mail. I brought some blanks to give out, but all of you are welcome. The new residence is going to be open and you'll be able to take a tour, you'll be able to talk to the sisters. It should be a very nice chance for you to go inside and peek at the building. If you can't go to that and you only come to the meeting on the 11th, you'll get to see our nice meeting rooms, but you won't get to see the rest of the building. So try and come if you can on the 2nd. Otherwise, we'll see you on the 11th. I apologize in advance. It's not going to be like this. I'm very sorry, but I can assure you it won't. It's lovely. I'm around tonight if you have any questions. I have these, and I also have Sisters of St. Margaret business cards if you'd like them. So.
Sister Grace. Maurice Van Slick found a $10 bill on the floor and she gave it to me. Anyone has lost $10, but if more than one person comes up to the front, I'd like everyone just to quickly introduce themselves. If they could just stand up, their name and the name of your company. So I think it's important to see. If you're a new member or a guest, please let us know.
I'm John Mattis. I'm Vice President of the Association. I'm with NAPSCAN Insurance. Keep people safe, we'll help them make their dreams come true.
Donna Wood, McDonald & Wood Real Estate, and Southeast International Realty, actually. It's a mouthful. And I'm on the executive board.
Tom Wood, married Donna, and not in the real estate business. Exception tonight.
Mike Halloran, owner of Performance Printing and Promotional Products, and also the sports editor of the Clipper.
And Duxbury Mortgage Service President, serving all of Massachusetts and Financial Service Duxbury.
Debbie, French Memories Bakery, Washington Street.
Sandy Sweetser's Art and Antiques.
Bill Harris, Cornerstone Investments.
Hello, I'm new. I just joined last week. My name is Erica LaFrance, and I'm with Tiger Payment Processing in Kingston. The owner and myself both live in Duxbury, and we do credit card processing for any business that processes credit cards. Thanks.
Paula Harris, WH Cornerstone Investments. I'm also the chairman of the South Shore Chamber of Commerce this year, and very excited that I serve with Carol Bulman on the board.
Hi, I'm Sandra Murphy of Classic Design. I do residential and commercial interior design. I'm a Duxbury resident, but I'm not yet a member of the Duxbury Business Association. And I've been in town a long time. I also do home staging for the Realtor sitting here tonight. I just wanted you to know that. Thank you.
Hi, Jane Wallace. My company is Vision Window Decor. I design custom window treatments, live in Duxbury, and work on the South Shore.
Hello, I'm Julia Cheslow from Julia Cheslow Architects, and I am a guest of Jane's tonight.
Jim Tanny, DeRozier and Tanny LLC. We're a estate planning law firm in Hall's Corner.
Larry Norris, Quality Home Inspection.
I am Carol Bulman with Jack Conway Realtors, and we're thrilled to be here. Thanks. I'm Dawn Stevens. I'm the Relocation and Corporate Services Director for Jack Conway Company.
Hi, I'm Jim Pye. I'm an attorney on Bay Road in Duxbury, and also I'm with Jack Conway as a broker.
Jen Pistone, manager of the Duxbury office of Jack Conway.
Mal Becker, I'm the marketing director at Jack Conway.
I'm Joe Dunn, the Jack Conway Duxbury office.
Hi, well, we're taking over. It's Conway. Don't fear us. Carol Christmas.
Hi, Sumo Care, Jack Conway, Duxbury.
Wow.
Nancy from Rockland Trust, so I'm not from Jack. Here at the Village and also on Bay Road.
Linda Flannery, Jack Conway, Duxbury. Marie Van Schleich, Jack Conway, Duxbury. Terry, Fighters Keepers, don't forget.
Okay, Faith.
I'm Beth Murphy. I'm with Eastern Bank in Duxbury.
Colleen Ferguson, still at the Village.
Luke Kramer, Village at Duxbury.
And Lori Keller, the Village at Duxbury. Thank you all for coming.
Faith Fleming Catering, Duxbury.
And I'm subcontracted at the Village as well.
Well, thanks everyone. Now we're ready for our main speaker. Our main speaker is Carol Bulman, President and CEO of Jack Conway Realtor. And Carol's going to speak about the state of the market, as well as about the opportunities and challenges of running a family-owned business that has been in business for 56 years, which is quite amazing. Thanks, Carol.
Thanks, Terry. I've not been running the company for 56 years, so I'm not Okay. Does this one work?
Nope.
So I'm just holding.
Just the holding one, yeah.
It's great to be here. Hi, everybody. I want to thank Terry and my good friend Paula very much for asking me to speak today. This is such a wonderful venue. We were privileged to be here a month or so back when Luke and his team hosted a broker open house, and we were able to get a nice tour of the units, and what a great place to live. Beautiful homes, wonderful venue, and the food is amazing. I have to admit, the lobster sliders were just fabulous that day. So the food this evening was no disappointment. It was absolutely wonderful. So thanks for having us. I do also want to thank my good friends at Conway Country. As you can see, we do travel in a bunch, and I want to thank all of them for taking the time out to support the Duxbury Association and also support me. So I really appreciate it. I'd like to spend a few minutes first to talk a little bit about the real estate industry. It's such a topic of conversation, both in politics and just for current events. Everybody's always interested to know exactly what's going on in the housing industry because it really makes such a difference with so many different things, as we all know. Let's start with sort of current events today. I'm happy to report there's a lot of good news right now to report. Not earth-shakingly great, but going in the right direction. Things are moving steadily upward, and we're looking at some promising years ahead, which we're very pleased about. According to a recent report by Kiplinger, while the U.S. economy is still in a period of slow growth, things are better than they were in 2011, and predicted to improve even more by the spring of 2013. Mortgage interest rates are expected to stay low and may even dip further before the year ends. If the Federal Reserve acts to lower long-term interest rates as it's hinted at, Kiplinger thinks these low mortgage rates may continue all the way through 2014, which is great news for all of us. Not only great news for our business, but all of our businesses. Listen to each one of you introduce yourselves. We're all connected in some way to real estate and obviously the strength of our economy. Also pretty good news for the village at Duxbury as well. So we all like that. A recent article in the Banker and Tradesman reported that groundbreaking for new homes nationwide rose in June to its fastest pace in over 3 years. The Commerce Department said housing starts increased by 6.9% in the month of June. That was the highest gain since October of 2008. Again, good news for those of us who work in real estate and any business, and there's so many of them that are dependent on real estate. The Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke recently made the statement, the housing market has shown modest improvement. Even modest improvement is a whole lot better than the doom and gloom that we're all used to reading in the media for so long. Real estate is a business of facts, but it's also a business of emotion. If people feel that it's not the right time to buy, then they may not make that move. It's our job as business owners to report the facts, and the facts are that things are better than where they were. Of course, our economy still lives with the aftermath of the economic downturn of the last 6 years. Foreclosures continue to glut our marketplace, but they are moving faster through the pipeline. Short sales and bank-owned properties are not staying on the books quite as long as they were. And in order to better serve our customers, real estate owners and real estate agents are all becoming adept and educated on how to handle short sales and other types of distressed property. So today we're seeing those properties move more swiftly and more efficiently, which is a good thing overall. So the cloud we floated on in the boom years has landed, and we in real estate are working harder and more efficiently to achieve the same results for our customers and our communities. That being said, the fact is that business is up. Nationally, statewide, and right here in the South Shore. And I'm happy to report that Jack Conway Realtor is significantly running ahead of the curve. Properties under contract were up 27% over last year, and we're pleased to see that. Rising home prices, low interest rates, more housing starts, all signs point to better times ahead for the real estate industry in our nation and our state. It will take us all a while to climb out of the abyss in which we had lived for 6+ years. But the ladder is in sight, and we just have to pull it towards us and take one rung at a time, keeping our eyes focused on better times to come. So now I'd like to share a little bit about the Jack Conway Company. Many of you know our story, our history, and the opportunities that it avails our agents. Our company started back in 1956 by a visionary named Jack Conway, who is my father. He started his business during a significant financial downturn in Massachusetts. He had been told that the South Shore was pretty much a dead zone and would never see much real estate development. Well, not one to pass up a challenge, he hung his shingle on a storefront in Hingham, and the rest is history. He didn't just think he'd be successful, he knew he would be, because he had the drive and enthusiasm to make it happen. This company grew significantly in the following years, eventually building up to 43 sales offices, over 900 sales agents, servicing the South Shore, the South Coast, Cape Cod, and Boston. We're now opening up in the North Shore, so we spread our wings of Conway Country North. We also own a mortgage company, a property management division, and a commercial division. I began my career with my dad's company in 1983, while still in college, working as a receptionist for our mortgage company, which was called Northern Mortgage Company back then. This was a great opportunity for me to use the business skills I had learned in college and to work in our family business. Interestingly enough, I hadn't pictured myself going right into our family business, but working elsewhere to gain experience and then joining afterwards. But honestly, after a summer working in the mortgage world, I was hooked. I loved the business, the pace and the challenge, and during the years that followed, I held a number of different posts in that company as my husband and I raised our family. This was a great arrangement. My dad was fascinated with mortgage financing, and we attended many conventions together, and hours of brainstorming on how we could better our service to our customers and to our agents, and working on different ways to help us grow. In the meantime, his focus was on the real estate sales and property management side of our business. This worked perfectly. Being two fairly strong personalities, our roles complemented each other, but only crossed during real estate leadership meetings, which I was a part of for many years. The two companies were in sync. I was learning and growing in both industries, and it was exciting to work with a family company and work with my father. Today, our company, actually our family as well, our company looks a bit different. During the last few years, we've consolidated some of our offices to reduce the expense of bricks and mortar and have a mighty sales staff of now over 700. To me, anyone who has survived this downturn and is still working in real estate are the absolute best of the best, and I want to congratulate my sales agents today. Honestly, I think the devastation we experienced over the last 6 years was an amazing opportunity to make our company stronger and more efficient. There was no stone left unturned. We had no choice. But there is a challenge. We needed to cut expenses to match ourselves up to the market, but we had a sales force to support. So although there were cuts, there were a lot of reallocation of resources. So during an incredibly unstable time, we added to our annual convention, we upgraded offices, we rolled out a new website, and we brought on new tools for our agents to use to service their customers. All paid for by cutting something that may not have been so critical to our agents and our customers or the company as a whole. This may sound strange, but it's been exciting and challenging, and I'm very proud of what our company has done to stick together during dire circumstances. I'm honored to work with such a great team, and I look forward to the many years ahead as we grow. My father named me CEO of Jack Conway Real Estate 3 years ago, an amazing opportunity for which I'm truly grateful. To follow Jack Conway was daunting, and I needed to find in my soul the confidence I needed to be who I am and take the time to identify what the company needed at this time. I trusted my judgment and supported my efforts. And although we were not always on the same page when it came to website technology in general and the changing consumer behaviors, this was truly fodder for some interesting and sometimes elevated conversations. But what I've learned working with my father for so many years is that there is a balance. Balance between the foundation and the core values of a company to which we should always remain committed, but the need to grow and to respond to today's needs of our customers and our agents. So today I'm on my own. Well, not really, because I'm surrounded by an amazing team of professionals and agents. My dad passed away, as most of you know in this room, 6 weeks ago. And he left a huge void in Conway country and in my heart. But his spirit truly lives on in all of us. My father had a true zest for life, for business, for people, and for real estate. And a bit of enthusiasm lives on in each one of us. And for that, I think we're all grateful. It's funny, really. I learned much about our company's philosophies and core values reading the many beautiful cards and notes that were sent to me after my dad passed away. I learned that truly a company reflects its leader. And so little that made Jack Conway who he is was about business, but more about who he was, how he treated people, and what he meant to his community. Comments such as, he always made me feel important. I respected his commitment to our community. He gave back to people in need. He always knew my name. He sold my family our first home, and we were happy there. He treated everyone the same way. And the list went on. These were items or thoughts that were repeated over and over in the condolences I received. It was the human emotion that he touched during his years as a South Shore leader. And that's a very good lesson for all of us in business. That's what was important. If we treat people well, give back to those around us, work hard, have passion, buy local, and make good choices, the success and the money will follow. My dad was passionate about supporting his community where he did business, and he lived long before the buzzword the buzzword buying local, long before it was popular. I think every person in this room understands the benefits of living, working, and doing business locally. As members of the Duxbury Business Association, our companies provide a service to our customers that the national brands simply cannot duplicate. Like the theme song from Cheers, local is a place where everybody knows your name. And that's the message we want to share with our community in which we live and work. I look forward to working with all of you. It's truly been a great privilege to be here, and I thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Ms. Carol will take questions if you'd like to ask them.
Carol, what do you see as sort of your next set of challenges? Maybe now that your father is not there, how do you you've been on your own for a while, but what do you see sort of the next couple of years look like for Conway? How do you maybe shape things, or do you keep it the same, or?
You know, Paul, that's a really interesting question. I put a lot of thought into it because my father's built something really special, and it's not something that needs to be changed. At the same time, we want to grow and meet the needs of our consumers and the needs of our agents. Basically, if our agents, many of them are sitting here today, don't have the tools and the resources to be able to service their customers, then we're not able to be able to give the service that we want to provide. So, you know, what do I see? I think continue with a great path that we're on. Make sure that we don't lose sight of our core values. I think that's very important. And, you know, people wonder, you know, will things change in Conway Country with my father, you know, not part of the company any longer. And I don't see that at all. I actually see that we'll be carrying on a great tradition that should be carried on. And we're going to grow, and he'll be thrilled by it because he'll be watching from above. He loves opening up new offices, so we'll do all sorts of great things for the future.
You're expanding the North Shore. You're going to open offices or buy up on the Realtors?
Well, we opened up an office in Swampscott. We opened up about 3 years ago, and it's been very successful. And, you know, there's 3 ways to grow in real estate. And it's similar to a lot of different types of businesses. Either grow your own, open up an office, and open the door and hope that they will come. In the case of Swampscott, I was actually approached by an individual that had worked in this actual space that we ended up working, and the office had been closed. And he worked with a team of sales agents that were really happy there, and their company decided to close out in Swampscott and consolidate. So we actually were able to take advantage of another company's consolidation because a good part of those folks wanted to be back in their hometown. And, you know, real estate is an interesting business because consolidation is something that we have to look at very carefully because it's very local. You know, we talk about buying local. People want to do business with a local realtor. So in this case, we benefited because a whole team of folks from this company that had closed joined us under the leadership of this person that had called me. And it's flourished. It's doing great. So that's one way to open. That's a little harder because it takes time to get that pipeline going. The fastest way to grow in any area, and we're absolutely open to it, we're looking at a few opportunities, is to buy. I mean, there are some small companies that are, you know, either don't have a transition plan, or maybe don't feel like they can compete, or, you know, whatever, personal reasons, don't want to run their own company anymore. And we have bought small companies in the past. Now, you instantly get that business and that market share added to your bottom line. That the trick there is incorporating culture into your culture, because culture is so much a part of the business, the success of the business. So that's a challenge. And then an opportunity at the same time. And then the third way to grow is through recruiting, taking your offices that you have already and adding, you know, great people to it, which we are doing all the time. It's actually really fun. I find that interesting. I didn't know much about the North Shore, and I'm really learning about it, so it's been really exciting.
Are you considering going further than that?
Sky's the limit. We'll see. But one step at a time. I'm a little bit more cautious than my father was.
Do you find the agents in your offices are using stagers to help sell their homes?
You know, I'm gonna let my agents answer that, but my quick answer is yes, some of them do. And I think that's great. In fact, when you introduced yourself, a couple of folks at my table said they wanted to get your card. Does anybody want to answer that for me? People that are actually using stages? Joe?
One of the things that I've found recently is that a lot of the customers, as we first get involved with them, have brought on stages themselves. So it really hasn't been so much as a referral through us, at least at this point in time. Property owners themselves are very educated now, and they're doing it ahead of time, which makes our job a lot easier.
I remember years ago, Joe, you had me come over to look at a house in Duxbury, which as it turned out, they didn't stage, but it did sell.
But we did sell.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the visual, and again, it comes down to emotion. You know, you walk in and, you know, lighting and furniture and, you know, that warmth, smell, scents, you know, it all makes such a difference.
You have to fall in love in order to buy the home.
That's right. And it is very emotional.
I just want to make a comment about your realtors here in Duxbury. I work for Eastern Bank and I'm in the mortgage division, and I have been for 21 years. And I have to say, they've got a great reputation. And I think also part of it is, you know, we as bankers understand that you have your own mortgage company and we respect that. But your folks seem to be open-minded to know that, you know, of course they're going to refer to the own company, but if there's something, a niche that they can't quite fit, they'll think outside of the box with the local bankers. And they don't preclude us from coming in and saying hi and doing business with your company. So I appreciate it.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. And thanks everybody in Duxbury. That's good. Very nice. My husband works for Eastern Bank too. It's a great bank. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your having me.
Thanks again to Carol, President and CEO of Jack Conway Realtor. What a wonderful speech. And I look forward to everyone coming out next month. It's going to be with the sisters, or, you know, it's going to be a fun time. So I hope to see you all next.